Hello po. Kami nga po pala ang Group 2 at kami po ang magre-report ng design and analysis of statically determinate and indeterminate structures. So, start tayo sa introduction, which is the function of all structures is to withstand stresses due to imposed loads, temperatures, changes, shrinkage, etc. So, ibig sabihin lang yan, yung mga structure natin, dapat nire-resist na yung mga loads tulad ng dead load, live load, wind load, earthquake load, gano'n. Buildings, for example, are subjected to dead loads as well as wind forces. Bridges carry moving traffic in addition to self-weight, and aircraft are subjected to self-weight, live loads, dynamic forces due to wind and acceleration, etc. So, move na tayo sa types of structural supports. Meron tayo tatlo. Start tayo sa roller support. Such a support offers no resistance either to the rotation of the supported body about an axis perpendicular to its plane through C, or to its displacement along the support base. The only reaction possible at a roller support, therefore, is along the perpendicular to its base through C. So, familiar naman na tayo dito sa roller support, diba? Statics pa lang. And alam naman na natin na pag roller support, isa lang yung force nun. Yan yung vertical na perpendicular sa base. And next is hinge support. This type of support permits free rotation of the body about an axis perpendicular to its plane through C, but does not permit its displacement either along or perpendicular to the base. The two possible reactions, therefore, are along and perpendicular to the support base. So pag hinge naman, possible na magkaroon tayo ng dalawang reaction, isang horizontal at isang vertical. At in fixed support, the fixed support, the body is rigidly attached to a base, which therefore allows it to neither in plane rotation nor translation in any direction. The three possible support reactions are two reaction forces and one moment. So, ito naman sa fixed support, meron tayong tatlo. Horizontal, vertical force, tapos ngayon may kasama pang moment. And equations of equilibrium. A body is said to be in equilibrium if it is stationary or moves with a uniform velocity relative to a frame of reference. For bodies in space, any three mutually perpendicular axes form such a frame, while for bodies in a plane, the reference frame is defined by the well-known rectangular coordinates. A body in space has 6 degrees of freedom, displacement and motion about its axis. 6 conditions have to be simultaneously satisfied for such a body to be in equilibrium in space. So, yung body in space, sabi may 6 na yan, na forces, which is yung tatlo doon is directional forces x, y, and z, and tatlo na moment, which is x, y, and z then. And a body in a plane has only 3 degrees of freedom, translations along each of the two axes, OX and OY, and an in-place rotation about an axis only perpendicular to the plane of the body. Only 3 of the above equations are therefore applicable to such a body. So, pag sinabi ng body in a plane, meron na tayong tatlong forces dyan. Isang horizontal, isang vertical, at isang moment. So, free body diagram. When a body is in a static equilibrium under a set of forces, every part of it must also be in equilibrium. Similarly, if a cut is made at any place in the body and a part of it is isolated from the parent body, this part must be in equilibrium under the forces acting on it and the internal reaction exposed at the cut.
So structures can be classified based on their inherent elastic behavior under imposed loads. So there are two classifications of structures. So unahin na natin yung statically determinate structures. Structures which can be completely analyzed by means of statics alone are called statically determinate structures. So yung mga structures daw na na-analyze natin gamit lang yung statics or yung mga equilibrium equations, yun daw yung mga determinate structures. So, finding these reactions in such structures involves only the application of the relevant equation of equilibrium and is completely independent of all geometrical considerations. So, sabi ko nga kanina, yung determinate structures is yung mga nagagamitan natin ng mga equation of equilibrium, which is yung forces horizontal, forces vertical, and yung moment. So, a determinate structure has only as many support reactions are absolutely necessary for its stability. The removal of a single reaction makes the structure unstable. So, yung statically determinate structures kasi is stable na siya. So, hindi na natin siya pwedeng bawasan pa ng mga reactions. So, kapag binawasan kasi natin ng reactions pa yung mga determinate structures, so may malaki yung chance na mag-fail na yung structures natin or hindi niya nakayanin yung mga binibigay sa kanya na load. So, paano nga ba natin malalaman kung yung structure natin is statically determinate structure? So, for example number 1, malalaman natin na statically determinate ang isang structure if yung degree of external indeterminacy is equals to 0. So, yung formula ng degree of external indeterminacy is R minus N, which is R is equals to the number of reactions and yung N is the number of equilibrium equation. So, makikita natin dito sa example number 1, meron tayong structure na meron tayong support na fixed, which is tatlo yung reaction niya, yung forces horizontal, forces vertical, and yung moment. So, kung bibilangin natin yung reactions dito sa example number 1, meron tayong tatlo kasi nga fixed yung support natin. And yung number of equilibrium natin is tatlo rin. Yung forces vertical, forces horizontal, and yung moment. So, if solve natin siya using the formula na R minus N, we get that makakapag-solve tayo ng 3 minus 3 which is equals to 0. So, masasabi natin yung example number 1 is statically indeterminate. So, punta naman tayo dito sa example number 2. Meron tayong figure dito na meron tayong hinge and roller support. So, kung bibilangin natin yung reactions nila, meron tayong dalawa sa hinge and meron tayong isa sa roller. So, yung makuha natin yung number of reactions is tatlo. So, yung number of equilibrium equations din natin is tatlo. Yung forces vertical, forces horizontal, and yung moment. If pag ma-minusin natin sila, makukuha natin is 0. So, masasabi natin yung example number 2 is statically indeterminate. So, punta naman tayo sa statically indeterminate structures. So, structures in which the external or the internal reactions cannot be determined by means of statics alone. So, ibig sabihin yung mga structures na hindi natin masasolve using the equilibrium equations, sila yung tinatawag natin na indeterminate structures. So, obviously, the number of the unknown reactions in such structures is greater than the number of the available equations of statics. So, yun nga, obviously nga, yung, di ba, yung number of equilibrium equation lang natin is tatlo, which is constant. So, ibig sabihin, kapag mas marami yung makukuha natin reaction sa structures, hindi na siya mag-equals to 0. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na siya determinate. Kaya, masasabi natin na indeterminate na yung structures. So, meron tayo dito example ng externally indeterminate structures. So, ibig sabihin lang din naman ng externally indeterminate structures is hindi equal yung reaction natin sa equilibrium equation. So, sabi lang din dyan is mas marami yung makukuha nating reactions kaysa sa equation of equilibrium. So, makikita natin dito sa example number 1, we have a fixed support sa left side and we have applied loads na dalawa sa midspan and sa left side ng ating structure. So, kung bibilangin natin yung mga reactions natin dito, meron tayong tatlo sa peak support, which is the horizontal force, the vertical force, and the moment. And meron din tayong tatlo sa tatlong roller. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong 6 na reaction. So, kung kukunin natin yung degree of indeterminacy, so makukuha natin is 6 minus yung tatlong equilibrium equations, which is 3. So, 6 minus 3, makukuha natin is 3. So, dito sa example number 1, meron tayong degree of external indeterminacy na 3. So, punta tayo dito sa pangalawang figure, yung merong fixed and hinge support. So, kung bibilangin natin yung reaction dito sa fixed support, meron tayong 3 and meron tayong 2 sa hinge. So, makukuha natin reactions is 5. So, kung isa-solve natin yung degree of external indeterminacy, so makukuha natin is 2 kasi 5 yung reactions and 3 yung equilibrium equation. So, 5 minus 3 is equals to 2. So, yun ang makukuha natin degree of external indeterminacy.
Okay, punta naman po tayo sa internally indeterminate structures. By definition of the book, we can say that internally indeterminate structures are externally determinate, but in which the internal reaction cannot be determined by statics alone are called internally indeterminate. Ano po ba ibig sabihin na to? Kapag po sinabi natin internally indeterminate structures is hindi tayo basta-basta nakakapag-solve ng internal support natin hanggat hindi natin napapalabas yung mga value ng external support ng ating mga structures. So, kapag po mag-a-analyze and magsasolve tayo ng ating mga structures, unang-una natin gagawin is palabasin po muna natin yung mga value ng external support bago po tayo pumunta sa internal support. Okay, dahil alam naman natin yung definition ng internally indeterminacy of structures, punta naman tayo kung paano natin ito isosolve. And now, focus naman tayo sa internally indeterminacy of plane trusses. Paano po ba natin malalaman kapag ito ay internal indeterminacy? Medyo familiar naman na tayo dito kasi nga napag-aralan naman natin to in our past subject, which is structural theory. Ngayon po, pag magsasolve tayo ng ating trusses, dapat alam natin yung M, R, tapos J. Ano po ba yun? Yung M po is number of members. Members po nung mga trusses natin. Dapat bibilangin natin yon. And R is the reaction and J is the joints po. Ngayon, sa pag-solve ng trusses, dapat careful tayo. Tandaan natin na ang reaction po ng bawat support is magkakaiba. Kapag sinabi natin pin reaction, isa lang pong reaction ang nandun. Kapag naman sinabi natin hinge, meron po tayong 2. And kapag naman sinabi natin fix is meron po tayong 3. Ngayon, meron po tayong equation para masabi natin na ang trusses natin is unstable ba, determinate, or indeterminate. Unang-una po, masasabi nating unstable ang truss natin kapag po yung M plus R is less than 2J. Paano po ba yun? Kapag ang summation po ng members and reaction natin is mas maliit sa twice ng joints. Mamaya po, mas malilinawan tayo kapag may example na. And second equation natin is yung summation ng members and reaction is equal naman sa 2J. Kapag nasatisfy natin yung equation na yun, masasabi natin na ang truss natin is determinate. And last is summation ng members plus reaction is greater than 2J. Dito naman po sa equation na to, masasabi natin na ang ating trusses is indeterminate. Okay, punta na tayo sa example number 1. In this example, meron po tayong trusses na ang support niya is meron siyang hinge and meron siyang roller. So, di ba, nabanggit ko kanina na kapag roller, isa lang ang reaction and kapag hinge, ilan? 2. Okay, una-una computein muna natin yung members. Ilan sa figure na to, ilan ba yung members dyan? Kapag binilang po natin dyan is meron tayong 21, and the reaction, isa sa roller, dalawa sa hinge. So kapag pinagsama natin is 3, and joint, kapag binilang po natin dyan is meron tayong mabibilang na 12. So ano ba yung magiging, saan kaya magpo-fall yung equation natin? So sabi dito, pagsasamahin natin yung members tapos reaction. So 21 plus 3 is equal to 24. Ang 2J mo is twice ng 12. So 24 din siya. Ang ibig sabihin, 24 is equal to 24. So saan siya nag-fall? Ibig sabihin po, ang thrust pala natin in this example is, the thrust is determinate and stable. Kasi nga, M plus R is equal to 2J. Okay, example number 2. In this figure, kapag binilang po natin ito, ang member nito is 18. The reaction, meron ulit siyang hinge tapos roller. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. And the joint po ng ating trusses is 10. So M plus R, ilan yon? 18 plus 3 is equal to 21. So 2J natin, 2 times 10 is 20. So ano ibig sabihin? Yung M plus R pala natin is mas malaki sa 2J. Ibig sabihin, ang thrust po natin is indeterminate. Kapag po indeterminate ang ating thrusses, i-determine natin kung anong degree ba siya. Para malaman kung anong degree is pag maminusin lang natin. So 21 minus 20 is equal to 1. Ibig sabihin first degree. So ang pinaka magiging final answer natin dito sa sample number 2 is thrust is internally indeterminate and first degree. So ganun din po sa number 3, M is equal to 16, the reaction is 3, and joint is 10. Ang makukuha natin dito is thrust is unstable. Next, punta tayo sa frames. Ang frames is isa sa mga pinakamadaling solvent kapag sa degree of determinacy. So, ano nga ba yung formula nito? Degree of indeterminacy ng frames natin is R plus 3M minus 3J minus C. Ano yung R? Reaction. Ano yung M? Members. Yung J is joint. And yun po yung formula natin kapag planar case. Sabi dito, plane frames, a similar equation may also develop for rigid joint frames.